All right, what is up, guys? VV back with another video, and we got another Lorcana video. Going to be knocking out the rest of the cards that were spoiled. You know, I basically have already done a part one to the Lorcana spoilers. Maybe I'll try to update the titles on those so that it's, you know, part one and part two is now, you know, because I've already done all the colors up to about, I would say, so let me see, it says at the top here that there are 36 total blue cards. I probably did about 15 to 20 of every color, because that was all that was released at the time. And now pretty much everything is released, I believe, or right around everything is released at this point. There might be a few more left that have not been released. But for the blue cards, I have already gone over all of these at the bottom here, all the way up to Merlin. So if you want to know what I have to say about all the others, actually, I'm sorry, I think I might have only got to Donald Duck with the blue cards. But if you want to know what I have to say about the other cards, just check out part one of my Lorcana stuff. And the website that I'm using is called Lorcania.com. So if you want to check out their website and check out what I'm using here, you can absolutely do that. I'll try to leave something in the you know, in the about section, you know, with a link to the website if I can remember. All right. So let's get right into it, guys. So Donald Duck is up first. He's a 5-cost 4/3 that quests for 2 and has ward. He is inkable. This is a great little ward card that has, you know, it can quest for 2. Excuse me. It's just a good card. I would go as far as to say this is just a nice little 6.5 out of 10. You know, it's like above average in the sense that you cannot target it. Your opponent cannot target it or choose it, quote unquote, is what it's called in this game. And it's going to give you 2. And if they want to take him out, well, they're going to take 4 in return. So that's very powerful. And they can't remove it with removal spells unless it wipes the whole board and doesn't choose. So I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, next up, Merlin. Self-appointed mentor Merlin, or Merlin, I don't know why I'm saying it like that, is a 4-cost 3/4 inkable that quests for 1 and has support. So when you support, whenever you quest for the character, you give your attack to someone else to swing with. So not bad. So you're going to give someone +3, and he's going to quest for 1. I think it's a little bit low. You know, I think both are low. I think the attack is low, or the questing is low. Like, I feel like he either needed to be a 3 that quests for 2, or like a 4 or 5 that quests for 1, right? Something like that. But that's just my opinion. I think it's still a decent card. I just don't think it's anything crazy. I'm going to go with just a 5 out of 10. Just a totally average, almost a vanilla card that has a little bit upside. So maybe it should be a 5.5 out of 10 since it does actually have an ability and it's not vanilla. Okay, Triton, the Sea King. 7-cost, inkable, 5/9 body. That's huge with 2 lore counters. Yeah, that's it. I wish he had an ability. I feel like that was a waste of a great card. Maybe in the future they'll give an ability to Triton. But yeah, this is just a great, solid, inkable vanilla. 5 out of 10. Next up, if it's not Baroque, that's a fun play on words. Baroque is it's like an art style. I wonder what it actually means. Here, let's see what Baroque means. What does Baroque mean? Well, the first thing that came up is obviously the art style, but does it even say what the word means? Who knows? Okay. Originally designating a pearl of irregular shape. Okay. So there you go. The more you know, right? But I think it is definitely trying to play on the art style, a Baroque art style. If it's not Baroque. Okay, interesting. This is a 3-cost action that has return an item from your discard to your hand. This is pretty specific. I don't know how many items are going to be going to the trash, or to the discard. I call it the trash sometimes because of other games I play. But let me see. Like this card, Scepter of Arendelle, command tap, chosen character gains support. This doesn't even destroy. I don't know. Item recursion is really weird to me. We'll have to see if there's any like broken items this can go with. I'm just going to give it like a 4 out of 10 for now because it's very situational. Okay, next up, Maleficent. Uninvited. 5-cost 3/6 that quests for 3. That is nice, guys. That's a 5-cost 3/6 body. So 6, right? That is pretty good. and it's questing for 3, and it's inkable. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. There's nothing bad I can say about it. It's not a broken card. The ability's not going to come in and win you the game, but just the fact that it's that well statted, I really like that. Okay. Scepter of Arendelle, we just read this. 1 cost item, inkable, command, tap, or exert. Chosen character gains support this turn, so they can give their attack to someone else when they quest. Yeah, this is just I think this is honestly just a 5 out of 10. And it's a nice card to use in my combo deck. I'm working on a Ruby Sapphire combo deck. I do have a video up of it already, and this goes this fits in that deck just fine. It's perfect. Okay, nice little cheap 1 cost item. 5 out of 10. Okay, we got Bell. 4 cost, inkable, 2/4 body that quests for 1. Okay, read a book. During your turn, you may put an additional card from your hand into your inkwell face down. Okay. During your turn, you may put an additional card from your hand into your inkwell face down. Yep, I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. No, but seriously, you don't have to. But the nice thing about this, and she is inkable herself, which is nice. But my favorite part. While you have 10 or more cards in your inkwell, this character gets +4 lore. So we'll quest for 5. So finally, I think we have a reason to ramp. So let me just go back real quick. There were cards like Mickey Mouse and I think there's one other one, wasn't there? 1 Jump Ahead. Like cards like this that they would ramp you. Any other ones? No, that was it. Those were the 2 main ones, I guess. 1 Jump Ahead and Mickey Mouse. They were able to ramp you up lore. And it's like, okay, but is that even that good? Like, if you think about it, like, how good actually is that? And, well, if you can get to a bell, or if you can get to 10, and your bell's questing for 5, well, then it's real good, right? Like, then it becomes very good. But, pretty cool. I think that requires a little too much setup, and I don't think many games are going to go that far, and she's only a 4, so, I mean, like, what are you doing to survive that long in the game playing a card like this? And on top of that, what if they just remove it with a let it go? Or, I mean, will they even have to? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm not sold on this card. I think it's a good card, but I'm just going to give it a 5 out of 10. And I don't want to use cards from my hand. That's what I was saying earlier. During your turn, you may put an additional card from your hand into your inkwell face down. Okay, well, in that case, if I start with 7 cards and I draw a card every turn and I play a card every turn, well, by turn 4, which, she's a 4 cost, I will have played 8 cards from my hand. I've only drawn 4. So that means I'm down to... What does that put me at? 4? I'm down to 4 cards, So now if I do her ability, I'm down to 3 cards. I don't know. It just seems kind of a little too cheeky, I think. I'm not a big fan. But I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 because it is an inkable 4 cost 2/4 that quests for 1 and does have potential, in certain situations. Okay, work together. 1 cost, inkable action. Chosen character gains support this turn. Okay, so blue's going to be the support class, I guess, where it just gives support to other people as being a big or a sub theme of the color or of the whatever the ink of Sapphire. Just going to give it a 5 out of 10. Okay, Jasmine, Queen of Agrabah. 5 cost. It can shift for 3. When you play this character and whenever she quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from each of your characters. Okay, that's very good. If you make a deck that has good enough characters, like with good enough toughness, you could get a lot of value out of this. Because it's whenever you play this character and whenever she quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from each of your characters. Shift for 3. I'm not a big fan of that, because isn't that how much she costs? Yeah, Jasmine costs 3. Like, why wouldn't it be shift? Why wouldn't it be shift for 4 and just make her stronger? Like make her a 6 that can shift for 4 and make her quest for 3 or something. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I think it's a solid card. One thing about the shift cards is I don't like if it's not like, okay, I play on turn 2 and then I can shift on turn 3, right? Like, so in other words, if this was a 2-cost Jasmine, then I would like it, right? Because then I played on turn 2 and then I shift on turn 3, right? Like where it has a curve, it has tempo to it. Like with Aurora, right? So this is a 2-cost Aurora, right? Well, you get down to Aurora Dreaming Guardian, And this is a shift 3. So you just naturally go turn 2 Aurora into turn 3 Aurora. It just makes sense. But, oh well. I'm still going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a very powerful card. All right, we got Grandma Tala, or Tala. 2 cost, 1/1. Inkable, 2 cost, 1/1 that quests for 1. Okay, not very good. Let's see what she does. I will be with you. When this character is banished, you may put this card into your inkwell face down and exerted. Okay, see, now that's nice. That's like a good way to get value out of your cards and then turning them into ink and ramping. That I like. This card I like. Okay, I'm gonna give this like a nice 6.5 out of 10. It's nothing crazy. It's just a 2 cost 1/1. It only quests for 1, but it's inkable, and when it's banished, you can just put it straight into your inkwell face down and exert it. So it's gonna ramp you. I like Grandma Tala here. I think that's very good. 6.5 out of 10. Okay, we got Mufasa here. King of the Pride Lands. 6 cost. 4/6 that quests for 3. Vanilla. Man, what is it with making all these amazing characters vanilla? I don't know. I guess it's fine, right? I'm sure they'll come up with more characters, or more, different versions of the characters later, like with Triton and Mufasa. But 6 cost, a quest for 3, 6 in the back. It's a 4/6. Excellent. Yeah, this is very good. This is very, very good. I'm gonna go with 7.5 out of 10. Actually, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because the Maleficent, or whatever it's called, Maleficent Uninvited is a 5 cost 3/6 that quests for 3. So I think it's a little better than Mufasa, and I give that one a 7.5. So I'll give this one a 7. Magic Golden Flower. Okay, 1 cost item. Banish this item. Remove up to 3 damage from chosen character. Okay, well, this is a banish item at least, so you might be able to get some kind of value out of your, if it's not Baroque. Okay, and also a great item for the combo deck I was telling you all about. Very nice. Okay, Chief Tui. Okay, 7 cost, 3/6 that quests for 3. A 7/3/6 that quests for 3 and is inkable. Respected leader and has support. So when he quests for 3, he gives 3 attack to one of your other characters. I'm not over the top about this. I wish he had actually been a 6 cost 3/6 that quests for 3. I think that actually would have given him a whole extra point in my little rating system I use. By the way, man, I do love this Magic Golden Flower picture. I think that looks very clean. I'm a big fan of that. But okay, Chief Tui, I'm going to go ahead and give him a 6 out of 10. He is questing for 3, but he's pretty costly. I'm going to give him a 6, maybe 6.5 out of 10. Because we just saw Mufasa as a 6/4/6 that quests for 3 and has no ability. Chief Tui is a 7/3/6 that quests for 3, but the ability, I mean, yeah, it is an ability. I'm just going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, guys. I'm not a big fan of it. Y'all tell me what y'all think if you disagree. 7 cost Hades, Infernal Schemer. This is a 7/3/6 that quests for 2. Okay, not very good. Let's see what it does. Is there a downside to this? When you play this character, you may put chosen opposing character into their player's inkwell face down. So this is like a Let It Go style move. Let It Go is a really strong removal spell for blue. Put chosen character into their player's inkwell face down and exerted. Excuse me. This basically does the same thing on a body, on a 3/6 body that can quest for 2. Well, that's removal, guys. When you play this character, you may put chosen opposing character into their player's inkwell face down, and you're getting this body. Yeah, that's wild. Gosh, what do I say? I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10 if it quested for more or had a bigger body, but I don't know if you're gonna want to. I feel like it'll be too late when you have this card in your hand where you can actually play it. Whereas, like, I could have sung Let It Go on turn 3 in this deck. Like on turn 3, I remember I can go turn 2 Aurora, wherever she is right here, into turn 3 Aurora, and I can sing it that turn and take out anything that I want. Whereas, like, where is it? Hades is a 7 cost. And yeah, I understand you can ramp it in blue, so that is worth mentioning. Maybe I give it a 7 out of 10. I'll give it I think I said that before. Whatever. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Moving on. Okay, last row here. I have no idea how to say this guy's name. Philoctetes? I know it's from, I know this character's from Hercules, but I don't know how to say this guy's name. I don't remember. They called him Phil, right? Anyway, however you say this guy's name, Philoctetes. Philoctetes? Maybe that's it. I have no idea. Anyway, Trainer of Heroes. He's a 2-cost 3/1 that quests for 1 and has support. So that's a pretty good support card. For 2, you're buffing someone for 3, and you're questing for 1, and it's a body they have to deal with, and it's inkable. Like, I'm giving this a 6.5 out of 10. This is fine. This is fine. I like this. Okay, we got Tamatoa. So shiny. Okay. 8 costs. He costs 8. He's inkable. He has a 5/8 body. Only quests for 1. Oh, but let's see what we have here. When you play this character, and whenever he quests, the picture gets smaller when I click on this. Okay, whatever. Tamatoa, whenever you play this character, and whenever he quests, you may return an item card from your discard to your hand. Okay, again, this item recursion. Well, it looks like we have 2 items left, so I will have to keep that in mind. But neither of them are destroyed when they're used. Both say exert and then do something. They don't get destroyed. Whatever. The item recursion is fine, I guess, because let's see what the next part is. Glam. This character gets +1 for each item you have in play. Okay, see, now that is nice. Now that is nice. Running some type of ramp deck that gets you up to some items and some big characters like this, and then he just starts questing like crazy, right? That I like. I like the 8 cost 5/8. That's fair enough. I'm okay with an inkable 8 cost 5/8. Even though it only quests for 1 there, that's all fine. Because you know it's going to quest for more than 1. Because this character gets +1 lore for each item you have in play. So I'm going to say this guy is a 7.5 out of 10. He does require you to build the entire deck around items, or you're getting a very low efficient, like a character that's low in efficiency. I feel like 8 cost only quest for 1. That's a little rough. So you do have to build your deck around items. I'm not saying it'll be hard to do in blue, and I know you have ramp in blue, but I'm gonna give him a 6 to 6.5 out of 10 tops. I'm not a huge fan. 7 maybe. Gosh, I don't know. I'm going 7 out of 10. I'm going 7 out of 10. Okay. Next up, Eye of the Fates here. We got See the Future. Chosen character gets +1 lore this turn. And it is free once you have it in play. It costs 4 to play, but then chosen character gets +1 lore this turn. Okay, so this will go pretty well in the deck where the deck I've been working on that will basically combo out with Ariel. Ariel has whenever you play an item, you may ready this character. And notice it does not have the stipulation. Now, they might add it later because of how broken I think it might be. It doesn't say, and now you may, and now you can't quest for the rest of the turn, or however it's worded, where you can't quest anymore. Well, if you give her a +1 from that item we just said, and then you can quest with her, play an item to ready her, quest again, play another item, quest again. You see where that's going, right? And that can get really out of control with cards like Maurice, right? Because Maurice has, whenever you play an item, you may draw a card. Not once per turn, whenever you play an item, right? So if you have all these low-cost items, you could just start comboing out with your Ariel, the Who's It Collector. I do think that's going to be a very strong deck, and I will be playing that as soon as the game comes out. That'll be the first deck I probably really put together. And Eye of the Fates could go in there, but it is... The funny part is I don't think I even need that +1, right? I'd rather just get it from the other way that I was thinking about getting it from a red card called Mulan that says if you can banish someone, then all your characters get +1 for an turn. But who knows? Maybe this will be more a more efficient way. Yeah, because maybe if you get a few of these down, then it's just over, right? If you get like 2 or 3 of these down, yeah, 2 or 3 of these suckers here down. If you go +2 or +3 on Ariel, and then you start playing items, the game's over. It's just like you're going to go, all right, I'll gain 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, game over. On top of whatever you already had by that time. Okay, very cool card, though. It does require combo. I'm just giving the card a 5 out of 10 for what it is, but in combo decks, it could get really nasty. Okay, last card, Fishbone Quill, a 3-cost item that is inkable, and Eye of the Fates was also inkable. Go ahead and sign. Put any card, yeah, this is Ursula, right? Put any card from your hand into your inkwell face down. Okay, I'm not a fan of that. Like I said, I don't want to, if I'm trying to ramp into more ink, I don't want to use cards from my hand. I want something that is going to give me ink. Like let me go down. Hang on one second. I got to zip down here. Mickey Mouse. There was a better version, I feel like, up here, wasn't there? Oh, no. Never mind. I think this version is actually a little better. He has Get a Clue. When you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. So notice, I'm paying 3 to play a 1/3. That's not great, but it's better than nothing. And I'm also getting a lore, like I can also quest out of it. And instead of using a card from my hand to ramp my resources, I can, or my ink, whatever you call it, I'll just grab the top card of my deck. I don't care. I don't even care what it is. I'm not going to look. You know what? I don't know. Unless you can look, you should look just for information. But still, you guys get what I'm saying. Like that. This is a card I can get behind. And one jump ahead, put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. Same thing. That I like in ramp. But I'm not a fan of this. Where was it? It was Fishbone Quill. Put any card from your hand into your inkwell face down. And this one, during your turn, you may put an additional card from your hand into your inkwell face down. No, I'm not a big fan of that. Well, okay, guys, that was it for blue. That was it for Sapphire. Tell me what y'all think. Is there something y'all disagree with or something I missed? Just tell me. I'll respond back as soon as I can. I'm a big fan of Sapphire. I'm not going to lie. This is the color I like the most so far, I think, because I just love the interaction between Aurora Dreaming Guardian. Well, first of all, like going turn 2 Aurora into turn 3 Aurora Dreaming Guardian, and and then you have like develop your brain. You could have played on turn 1 to set that combo up, and then turn 4 just play whatever. I don't know, maybe Arrow, Who's a Collector, it doesn't matter. But then turn 5, so you don't have to play Let It Go. You can actually sing it, or you don't have to pay the cost of it. You can just sing it with your Aurora Dreaming Guardian. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think it's very strong. Yeah, or just playing, turn 5 into turn 6 Maurice. There's so many good cards here. Turn 4 Maleficent into turn 5 Maleficent Uninvited. Wait, so what was the other one called? It was Maleficent Sinister Visitor into Maleficent Uninvited. That's a very, very incredible sequence of events there, right? Like that is just disgusting, to be completely honest with you. That is a very disgusting curve you're looking at there. Yeah, and think about that in like a Sapphire deck, right, where you go turn 3 Maleficent. What was that one called? It was Sorceress. Maleficent Sorceress on turn 3 to draw a card. Into turn 4 Maleficent Sinister Visitor. Into turn 5 Maleficent Uninvited. And now your board is just decked out with cards, and you can sing with those. You can in a purple blue deck or Sapphire Amethyst deck, you're going to be able to sing Let It Go. You're going to be able to sing Friends on the Other Side. I don't know. There's a lot to be talked about. Like I really want to make this red blue combo deck just because it looks like fun, but then another part of me wants to just try to make something that's a little more sturdy, something a little more dependable, a little more consistent. But okay, guys, I think that's about it. What do y'all think about blue and their items? What do you think about support? I'm not a huge fan of support. I'm not going to like the actual ability. Whenever they quest, you may add their attack stat to another character's this turn, or their offensive stat, whatever. Not a big fan. What do you think about the items? Are they too gimmicky? I just want to know what y'all think about it, guys. Well, that's it for now. Hope y'all enjoyed, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.